sports. It's in the game.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he... as they'll start up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, Scott.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. This defense for the Cards, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
West right, sit.
Now Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Here we go. Good.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Don't jump. Ready?
Right back to him on first down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Fields. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And this one is right through. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now.
He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Eleven. Right.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
You look at this Arizona defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, you know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 9 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he takes this down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, son.
Now it's Fields. Forced out to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Justin Fields, a 12-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Cardinals at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
79 Bronco. Riggs. Hut.
They'll look to throw here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Cardinals nothing.
Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here we go.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Delta. Mayday. Go.
From the gun, here's Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Good. EQ. Right.
Out of the gun, Fields. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
They snap it to Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Fields throwing again. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield.
And all the way down to the 9. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints add 6 to their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes our score 17-0.
17. Cardinals nothing. Jack Fox set to
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Ready? Dragon 60.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is caught. A huge play there for Arizona. 53 yards.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Jamison Williams, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cards are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Fields now to throw.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Here we go, son. Chip clear. Go.
Here's Fields.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Back to throw. Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
What a sequence there defensively. You get the sack to move him to 3rd and long. Then here, just nothing available. And he's got to throw it away.
The Saints on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile.
To throw is Fields. He connects with Hyatt.
And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 9 now. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw.
That is caught.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Cardinals get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Here's Fields.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
3rd and 12.
Looking to throw. Fields.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, But this offense has converted twice on fourth down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
At the 40-yard line.
This out quickly to Williams.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Back to throw now on first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
They'll look to throw again.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
60 by 6. Here we go. Set.
Back to throw again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready, ready?
Again, he'll drop to throw.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
Touchdown, Cardinals!
Jamison Williams.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Cardinals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. A final shot before the break. Fields.
Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Back to throw.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
The kick by Sanders is good. And they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Don't jump, ready?
Now it's Fields.
He's got his man on the out route. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Here we go.
The slot man in motion right. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Ken.
Fields sliding out of the pocket. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now Fields.
Escaping the pressure right.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Understanding he's just down one possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
And incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left.
Fields throwing again.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And his kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That ball caught by Harrison. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
16 more on that one and another first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah.
Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss.
Touchdown, Cardinals. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
Fields now to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Juju Brents. And the Cards are going to take over here up near the 40.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Saw the linebacker Damone Clark coming through with a stop.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. He'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Past the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
50 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big